How's it up there, little cats? Come on into the Cat and Tree Studio. Together, let's set foot in the mind of an adult. Are you ready to hop in?
Sitting up here at this tree, you have me, Dayu.
And me, Bora.
Quick reminder, little cats, topics discussed in this podcast are simply opinions and suggestions of the host, hoping for it to help others.
What's up, little cats? You are now back here at the Cat and Tree Studio, of course, with your favorites. You're ever gorgeous. You have me. What's my name? Bora, yes. See, guys, with so much going on, we even forget our names. Yes, and of course, Bora with.
Dayu.
Today's episode is mine and Jayu's Achilles heel. Okay. Something that we would most likely describe ourselves,
Oh my god.
right?
I think we've discussed this before, like a long time ago.
If y'all followed season 1, we did discuss this.
Yeah,
Right.
like for a short time. It
Yeah.
wasn't the specific topic at that episode, but it was discussed shortly.
Yes, actually. So, we're gonna be talking about, being in Filipino, marupok.
Yes.
In
In
English,
English, it's difficult to explain in English because it doesn't have a direct translation.
great.
But brittle.
Yeah, it's something like brittle, but yeah, it's like you easily like
Easily.
you know
Okay, I will.
go.
So, actually, it kind of means. Wait. It means that you easily fall in love with someone.
Yes,
That's the direct translation.
yes. It's more of the like figurative meaning, like you easily fall or you easily like fall into pieces. Whoa,
Wow.
wait, girl. Yeah, that kind. Because I think we're not the only ones. I think a lot of people are kind of
Yeah.
brittle. When it comes to
Hmm.
love. That's why this episode is called Peanut Brittle Diaries. I don't know if people are familiar with peanut brittle.
I think people from other countries aren't familiar from it, but
Mm.
yeah. Peanut brittle is like a snack, a dessert. I don't know what it is,
Yeah, something
but
like that.
it's food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's made
mm-hmm.
of peanut with a lot of sugar.
Sugar.
So people eat it in different ways, some
Yeah.
kind of like a snack or a dessert or whatever or however they want to eat it.
Plus, it's easily broken. So some people just
Yes.
break it into pieces before eating. So because
Yeah.
it's easily broken because of the sugar.
Mm.
Yes. So I think each and every one of us had that phase in their lives, especially back in high school. High school was a time for like first love, puppy love, and shit like that. Some started
Yeah.
earlier, okay, but in most cases it's in high school. Can you still recall yours, like your peanut
Mm,
brittle memory in high school? Oh.
wait.
Oh my gosh.
um um Actually, I'm not sure if it's like a part of being brittle, but um, it wasn't because that person showed motives or something,
Yeah.
but it was just because he was my classmate from first year to fourth year high school.
Mm-hmm.
And in our school, it's impossible for like two people to become classmates from first year to fourth year because we
Yeah,
have a lot of sections. But I don't know why we were classmates for a long time. So
it felt like
um,
destiny, didn't it?
yeah. So that time
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh, maybe the destiny is doing this. That's why. And like one time he followed me going home because he lives in the same like same town.
Neighborhood.
No, I cannot say neighborhood because he's a little farther than my house. But
Mm.
I cannot explain. But yeah, we live in the same place, kind of smaller than a town. And then when I saw him, I was like, why did you follow me? So it's pretty weird because, we were not that close at school. We didn't talk. It's just that I like him. It's a one sided love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that time, I was like, okay, like I wanted to talk to him more, but I was too shy. So uh, I don't know how I got his number. He got my number, and then every Friday night or Saturday night, we just send messages, and then we have this game like whoever will fall asleep first, will be the strong, like will be the weakest.
Whoa.
And then we just keep on talking and talking about random stuff like why don't we just talk at school. Yeah, that time I was thinking, oh, maybe he likes me too, but because we won't send messages at night if none,
Yeah.
right? But there was nothing.
Nothing.
So
No.
yeah,
Don't.
that was like the most brittle and the first brittle moment I had in high school. How about
Yep.
you, Bora?
My goodness. Just about. Oh.
So
Yeah.
curious.
My gosh, don't be joke. No, it's almost similar to yours because like to be honest, like when you're in high school, you're very much vulnerable to like these kinds of small actions, like small things that they do make you feel like, oh, maybe he likes me too or something like that. The high school peanut brittle memories actually remind me of Taylor Swift's 15,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The song.
right? That's why when I listen to that song, it feels like, oh, this, it really happens to every person who turns 15
15.
or
Yes,
during
yes.
that time, right? So for me, my peanut brittle diary was, or memory rather, is I had this, I would consider him like my first love and crush. We did not have any we did not have any relationship whatsoever. We're friends,
Mm-mm.
but it just ended up like me falling in love with him because like in high school, the means of communication is through text.
Mm-mm.
So like just like my other friends, sometimes we text almost every day, until the wee hours of the night. And
Mm-mm.
however, it wasn't like us being, or just like you guys talking until like whoever falls asleep first, because
Mm-mm.
we say good night when we want to sleep,
Mm-mm.
right? So I how can I say if it's peanut brittle? It's peanut brittle because I try to find a way for us to have a communication. So I easily, how can I explain? It's like me being vulnerable towards him.
Ah, like you're showing your
Mm,
weak points.
yes. It's like whenever
Mm.
he says something, it's like, oh, I cannot, like, not, how can I say? It's like I cannot disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But in person, we're like, in person, because in our class there were like a few girls and a lot of guys. So yung the teasing part that we cannot take
Mm-hmm.
away.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember one time, one thing that made me think was, this was during prom. I've already said yes to a friend
Mm-hmm.
because no one was asking me. So like I would
Mm-hmm.
just say yes to my friend. So I asked him one time. I said, "Do you have a date for the prom?" He said, "No, I don't have. Do you?" And I said, yeah, I already have. I said yes to our friend. Ah, that's so sad. I was supposed to. Oh, I was. If you didn't have, I will be asking you.
Mm-hmm. Too
So,
late.
so why didn't you ask it first? But of course, in my peanut brittle head, I was like, dang it.
You regret it?
Yeah. But during the prom, we had a dance. Another
Mm-mm.
peanut brittle moment. It was like my first dance. I didn't like my first dance because he,
Mm-hmm.
he was also my friend. And that time my feet really hurt because my heels were too high.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy asked me to dance. "Hey, do you want to dance?" I forgot about my feet pain that time. I just stood up and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure."
I'm
You
fine.
you brittle self. So everyone was looking at us because like almost the whole class knows I like him. So they
Mm-mm.
were watching us. I'm just smiling like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So he was kind of my peanut brittle memory. I just
Mm-mm.
didn't know if my feelings were reciprocated, but I never heard if it was because he had a relationship after a year. So
Oh, from the same school?
yes, and a friend of mine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that
So
thing, I don't know why it happens most of the time. Maybe it's just for you and for me, but yeah, for the listeners, have you experienced that? Like you have a crush or you like someone so much that you do everything you can just to communicate with them and then just to build this kind of
Mm-mm.
relationship. And then they end up falling in love with
With
our
someone
friend.
else, yeah. It hurts though. It really does. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
just,
know. So many people can relate. I know. I can feel it.
yeah. And the funny thing was, that time we were it was kind of awkward
Mm,
also because I don't know if it was just me or it was awkward for him, but for me it was awkward to even talk to him because of the fact that I liked him and my friends know
mm-mm.
that I liked him, and then he being in a relationship with a friend of mine that I did not say that I liked him, so she didn't know. But it
But
was fine with me because
your
that friend of
friend
mine was
didn't
nice.
know.
No, because
Ah.
she was my classmate in elementary,
Mm-mm,
but she wasn't my classmate in high school. We
mm-mm.
only became we only became close again when we were in the same stream class.
Okay, I see.
Mm. Mm-mm. So that was back in senior high. So she didn't know. I wasn't really that open about that. Only my
But when
closest friends and my and my junior high classmates know.
but when they were together, like, did you still hang out?
Me and my friend,
Mm-hmm.
we have this every morning because we all go to school very early with the school
Mm-mm.
services and all. We stay in the cafeteria, like
Mm-mm.
they are usually they sit like across me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's we don't really hang out, but we just stay in like one place every morning.
Oh, my
It
gosh.
hurt, but then eventually it just died down.
But it takes a long time, right?
Yes, it does. And then the most painful thing was that there in
Gosh.
high school, open forums were very common, right? So
Yeah.
my friends were like, they called us for some reason I don't understand, and they were like, "Hey, do you love him?" I'm like,
Mm.
and for a person like me who's like totally honest, it's like, "Yeah, I do." And then they asked him, and he was like, "No."
Oh my gosh.
And then my friends were like, "So how do you feel about that? He doesn't, like you back." And I'm like, "It's okay. I'm fine." But deep inside, no, I'm not okay.
Let me cry.
Who the heck told you to ask that question?
I want to go home now, like that.
Can you just take me home? But that was
That hurts.
yeah, that does. That really does. But as you get older, you realize. I think the feeling just automatically died down. No
Yeah.
feelings whatsoever. Like when you realize, like, if this is tiring, like this is not going anywhere, so just stop.
And it becomes a funny memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someday when you remember it, you're just gonna laugh at it. Like, what? Why did I do that?
But do you still have communication with, like, any communication with the guy that
With that
you
guy,
were into?
we're
Yeah.
friends on Facebook, but we never chatted on Facebook because he met his wife in college.
Oh, he's married. Oh,
Yeah, and they have a
same goes
child.
with mine. Yeah, he's also married.
So I didn't try to communicate with him anymore, but I saw him once while waiting for public transportation. Go like I visited my friend, and then I was waiting for a jeepney, and then he was there. He
Oh.
approached me first, so I
But
was
how
like,
would you feel, like, for example, you see each other again now? Like, casual?
um, I'm sure I would be nervous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even though I don't have the same feeling anymore, but I would be nervous because we were not so close. We were not even friends.
Yeah.
So I still know how I will shake, and then
Yeah.
it will be awkward and stuff, but there will be like no special feelings anymore. Just
Yes.
that.
Maybe it's just like the memory going back to you, I
Mm,
guess. Like, upon seeing that person, because you guys, it's true. It's not just in the memories. Like, when you see somebody, like, the
mm-mm.
memories come back. It's true to life. It's no joke.
Yeah.
So if those memories come back to you, they start crawling in.
Mm-mm.
That's when you start to have those feelings again, but those feelings are really temporary. They're just there because
Yeah.
the memories came back, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay for good, in
Yes.
all honesty.
I think I've already mentioned him in the past episodes, like the man who
Can't be moved.
no,
Oh, sorry, sorry.
he was the man who like who I cannot say it in English. Wait, I'm lost. He was my crush in high school that my friend asked to dance me. I mentioned it to you before, like the one
Yes.
who dragged me in the middle of the dance floor and then I left him there.
Ay, girl, why did you do that?
Because I was so nervous, like I don't want to dance. Like that feeling.
No, because like there's a feeling inside of you that you want, but at the same time it feels awkward.
And
It
that was like third year, third year high school, awkward stage,
yeah.
puberty. So I didn't feel like I was pretty that time.
There was that phase, yeah.
Yeah. But if that happens, okay, go ahead. Yeah, let's dance. Okay, sure.
Gee.
But I'm nervous inside.
You know, one of the things I remembered something. One of the things that I really love my friends in high school because we had this mutual friend, and that time he was already starting to court my friend,
Mm-mm.
the
Mm.
my friend, right? So I was like, I was just passing by. It was a habit of me to pass by like their classroom, even though that's not
Mm.
my route. Okay, and then my friend was like, just stay away for a moment. Why? Huh? What's going on? No, just don't go there and don't go there. Why? What's going on? And then this is what he said. I remember it very good. He said, "You're just gonna get hurt." Hmm? Why?
Oh,
And then I look. Huh?
they were there.
Huh. Oh. Ah. So actually, I want to thank my friend for doing that. I mean, like it's so appreciated. Like for him to even
Uh-uh.
recognize how I'm going to feel if I pass by. So thank you so much for doing that. Yeah.
Oh, one more. Still the same guy also, but that was also in high school. I think I was in third year high school still. One of my classmates became his girlfriend.
Mm.
And then this girl, actually she also likes him. Actually, she liked him first.
Mm.
And then she's like asking me a lot of stuff about him. Like, when is his birthday? I heard about what happened in the prom. Like, are you together? Does he have a girlfriend? And I was like, why were you asking me? And they became together. And then I like, it was very memorable. It was my school's foundation day. There was a marriage booth.
And they were there.
Yeah, they were getting married there, and I was like, I should have paid. And I was, yeah, I cried that time.
That was
And
super
then
fun.
I remember my friends were like holding my arms on each
Mm.
side. And then we were walking, passing by the marriage booth. And then I was like, can we go to the bathroom? I want to
This
cry.
hurts too much.
Yeah. And then he saw me. I passed by and he knows. He knows I liked him.
Yeah.
But it was like so, gosh. Until on our fourth year in high school, since we are still classmates, he still knew that I liked him. And one of my closest friends in the class knew that I like him. And then they became group mates in, like, it was very famous to have this project, the dance project. And then they practiced together a lot. One time they went to like a night swimming,
Mm.
and then my friend called me. Suddenly she said, is it okay if I date him? So I was like, oh, why are you asking me? Then she told me that they are together. Actually, the guy was asking her, and I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. And like the whole weekend I was crying.
Mm.
I was dead.
Devastating.
Yeah, because
It
we were
was it those
friends.
kinds of stuff actually, like because you were young and very
Mm,
fragile, breaks you easily.
yeah.
That time I was really jealous, but I cannot like get completely jealous
Mm-mm,
because my friend was too kind and so nice. Actually, now we don't have that communication, but back then, like because we were classmates in the class,
mm-mm.
we are usually seated at the back, the ones that talk a lot
A
at the
lot.
back. Yeah. No, because I cannot completely get because even though they were together, I still remain friends with her because I really liked her as a friend. Like she's
Yeah,
very,
yeah, yeah.
kind and sweet. So yeah. But past is past.
Yeah.
I ended up having crushes then, but it was just a crush. Do you ever feel
Not
when you're alone? You could
but not
be
as strong as like
Yes.
with that classmate.
Yes. I had a crush on this Korean, even at the same time as I had a crush on him, but his was
Mm-mm.
no longer a crush. This
Mm-mm.
Korean guy was just a crush. So, yeah.
Ah. But that was high school. How about in college, in the university?
College.
Did you
Oh
have
my gosh,
peanut
college
brittle
was
moment?
a freaking mess. Yeah, I fell in love with this guy. Dang it. Yeah. The heaviest one was back in third year. I fell in love with this guy. Who,
Same.
yeah, because me, I'm actually in theater back in college, so yeah, he was one of the people in the organization. Do I call it
Mm-mm.
organization? In the production. Okay, he
Mm-mm.
didn't know. He doesn't know until now. Okay, but I'm happy as to like I'm happy to where he is now, and I fell in love with him because maybe again I'm peanut brittle. Uh, at first I was just like, oh, this guy's cute. At first it was just like cute.
Mm-mm.
Until I got to know him and his personality, that's when all brittleness broke loose. Cause like that time we ended up really close,
Mm.
and there were times when what was that? That was one time we were practicing, and then he was like, hey, can you come here? Because it wasn't my turn on stage that time, so we can just sit down in the audience. Can you come here? It's like, what? And he was just like, he had a rolled poster. I don't know what that was.
What?
And he was just like playing. Ooh, I was like, Yee, what are you doing? Nothing. Okay. He was just like, Yee, why did you call me here? And
Nothing. I
so
just want to call you.
no, because it's like those small hints that made me feel like, oh, maybe this person likes me. And then sometimes in campus,
Ah.
his classroom was below me. By the way, he's
Mm-mm.
younger, and I'm please don't judge me. But just 1 year. Um, his classroom was like on the floor, one floor down, and mine was like on
The
top
next
of
floor.
there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So and then he saw me from the other end because we are like opposite sides. So at first I tried not to notice because I don't know, if I like somebody I feel awkward sometimes if I make the first
Mm-mm.
move of saying hi. So
Mm-mm.
suddenly, like, what do you call that, he saw me and he called me by our tag name. I cannot say the
Mm-mm.
tag name.
Oh
Okay,
yes.
it's like, hey girl. I'm like, oh, hi. I like that because I would easily notice because the tag name.
Mm-hmm.
Because that tag name has a story as well, but this is gonna be long, so I will just cut it out there. He
Mm-mm.
said I like every time I say that it makes him laugh, and then there was a time there was my favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
He showed me how to dance it, and then every time when he heard that song one time, he was like, "Hey, look, it's your favorite song." You know those small hints, like why does he know like small details? It's like, does he like me back? And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, and there are other hints that I cannot really, because there are a lot of hints that I
Uh-uh.
misunderstood. And yeah, that was like the messiest heartbreak because there was one I was doing thesis, and then
Mm-mm.
he called me, said, hey, I'm courting someone.
Oh my gosh, he updated you?
Three guys doing thesis. Don't put this in my head. Boy, I need to pass.
My life depends on this.
I need to pass, boy. Yeah. But yeah, it was really heartbreaking. And I told my friend, and she was like, oh. I had just broke into pieces. But, if you hear more of the story, I don't know if you're going to look at it as hints, but, me, my peanut brittle self saw it as a hint. So, how about you? Did you have any? College. Okay. Let's deal with that. College.
Yeah, of course. Who
Yeah.
didn't have? But it was in third year too. That's why my reaction with you was like,
The,
oh,
the scariest
same.
thing is we have so many similarities, it scares us.
Yeah. And what's difficult here is that like because I stopped for a year. I
Hmm.
only studied first year and second year college, and then I had a gap year, and then I went back to the university in third year. So my classmates were like a year younger than me, but
Mm.
not so much because I started studying early, so our age were like very close to. So, at first, this group of friends approached me because I was alone. Like, I only had one friend who approached me first, also. And then, so
Mm,
it's like they adopted us.
nice.
And then, like this guy caught my attention not because he's cute, not because he's like very manly and stuff. I don't want to describe him anymore because I know they will know if they hear this. And because it's like a Korean drama thing, a soap opera.
Yeah.
I liked him. I helped him a lot in studies, everything at school, like a lot. And then we also texted a lot. But then, one day, I remember we just celebrated my birthday that time, and then I was so excited to go to school the next day because that was the first time I was wearing a skirt. So
Girl.
yeah, I'm not that girly, so I was like, okay, I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna be girly today. And then I was riding a jeepney, and then I saw them in front of a mall. Clearly, for me, they looked like they were dating because it's obvious, like it's only them.
Yeah.
And then I heard like I suddenly looked away, but the girl saw me. And she screamed. Like she was screaming like oh my gosh, he saw us. I don't want to date you anymore. So I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then since it's like maybe 10 to 15 minutes away from my university, I started calling my friends. I was like rushing them like, "Go to school fast because I need you. I'm shaking. I cannot walk." Actually, I was
Mm.
shaking and I was crying while walking to the gate
Mm.
of my university. And then I met my friend, and then I described to her what happened, and because like few days before that, I asked that friend that I caught. I asked her like, "Do you like him?" And then she said, "Ah, no, I don't like him. We're just friends. Nothing." So when she texted me like, "Can we talk?" So I just describe. I just told her that don't worry, there's nothing to talk about because you said there was nothing. You're just friends. But I knew deep inside there
Yeah.
was something. So I broke down. I broke
It
down.
hurts, right?
Yeah, because she's my friend. And then I lost the other half of our friends, like our group. The other half of our friends was like on their side because they didn't know what exactly happened. So they thought we just left her.
Mm.
But my female friends stayed beside me. So they were like, they know everything. So they didn't leave me. And then I thought we were not gonna be friends anymore, but actually, until now, I'm still friends with the girl and the guy, but they're not together anymore. So,
Pretty,
like,
it's good to keep things, civil
yes.
and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, we just tried to forget everything that happened. But I was so brittle that time because the guy was so sweet, actually.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, guys, please.
like everything he does, he will tell me. So I was
Right?
like, okay. And then every day he wants to go to the university early, and then we'll just hang out there together and wait for the other friends. So I'm like, why do we do this?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, until now it's a question, but he's already engaged and we're still friends, so it's good. We're
Yeah.
still good.
Yeah. It's
But he
actually
knows.
hard. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Maybe that's the thing, like maybe if I don't know, if it remains as a what if, like what if I let them
Mm.
know if
Mm.
something's gonna change. But then at the same time I feel like if something really was there, it's gonna happen. But if it's
Mm.
there's none there, it's nothing's gonna happen, right? Maybe
Yeah.
those were just friendly hints that I took in another way, like
Yeah.
similar music tastes, us getting along very well,
Mm-mm.
like us liking each other's company,
Mm-mm.
something like that. So maybe I took those hints too much.
Mm.
So yeah, but then it's good that you're still friends with them, and even though you will look at them as like a phase, like a lesson that you have learned.
Yeah.
You don't really, it's not a regret. Let's not call them a regret. There are some that are, but most
Mm-mm.
of them are lessons learned.
Yes. Maybe in high school that was like a regret. I regret it.
Yes.
But in the university, no, because we're still friends, so it's
Hmm,
fine.
yeah. The thing that you were able to keep the friendship is already,
Uh,
well, is much
yeah.
better than, having nothing at all.
Yes.
So guys,
Whew.
if you have if you have peanut brittle stories, you just let us know in the comments below. Tell your stories. We love to hear from you guys. We love to tell you more of our stories, but then maybe we can put it in another episode. We don't know. We
Yeah.
have a lot. Okay, you can just stay tuned,
Yes.
and who knows?
If we have to tell you all of our peanut brittle stories, it
It,
won't fit in one episode, two episode. No, we need 10 episodes.
we need one season.
Yeah, actually, yes. Because we had a
So
lot from high
yeah,
school to university till we're working adults. Like, have a
yeah.
lot until now. We still have a lot.
Yeah, actually. We're still,
So
the reason why we're single is because we are brittle.
brittle.
Yeah, yes. But that's all for today, guys. That's all that we
Yeah.
have. So we hope to see you again here at the same tree with the same mama cats.
Here we go again. So welcome. No, 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 no. I mean, we'll hear from you again, baby cats.
Bye, baby cats.
Goodbye. And that's all the time that we have for today. We hope you learned something from our discussion. Don't worry though, this ain't the end. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more. And make sure to click like, follow, and subscribe.
New episodes are out every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. So be sure to turn on your notifications to keep you updated. Let's now climb back down and see each other again. Same tree, same place, same people. Bora
And Jayu.
see y'all real soon. Keep safe and God bless.